Hello, Seton families. It's John here again. This is a brief presentation to explain how children's sacramental preparation for First Eucharist and First Reconciliation will work this year. We'll be covering how the program will be structured, the materials we'll be using, and introduce some important dates. But before we jump into all of that, there are some prerequisites that we need to cover. The first one being that First Reconciliation precedes First Eucharist. The Catechism of the Catholic Church actually says children must go to the sacrament of penance before receiving Holy Communion for the first time. So the way our program is structured is we prepare for First Reconciliation and then we prepare for First Eucharist. Here are the archdiocesan requirements. Now, this can get a little confusing, so I'm going to try to explain it in three different ways. But know that these are just three different ways of explaining the same thing. First, the child must already be baptized. 2 consecutive years of faith formation are required, one prior to the sacramental year and one during the sacramental year. Together, these 2 years are known as remote preparation, and they can be done in a Catholic school, in a parish program, in a parish-sponsored at-home program, or any combination. And in addition to the remote preparation, a parish-based period of formation specific to the sacrament occurs during the sacramental year, and this is called immediate preparation. So it can be helpful to think of this as a 2-year process. Year 1 is their first year of remote preparation. Year 2 is their second year of remote preparation, their immediate preparation, and then the reception of the sacraments. So here's a third way to think about it. If you can answer yes to these 4 questions, your child is eligible to begin their immediate preparation. Has your child been baptized? Was your child enrolled in faith formation, at-home formation, or Catholic school last academic year? Will your child be enrolled in faith formation, at-home formation, or Catholic school this academic year? And will your child minimally be entering the 2nd grade this academic year? And again, if you can answer yes to those 4 questions, then your child is eligible to begin their immediate preparation for the sacraments. But having said that, sacraments are not tied to grade level. Church law only stipulates that a child should have attained the age of reason prior to reception of First Reconciliation and First Eucharist. Now, in the United States, the age of reason is generally interpreted to be around the 2nd grade or 7 years old. But every child is unique, so if your child's a little bit older, that's okay. So our plan for this year, parents will enroll their child or their children in one immediate preparation program that covers both of the sacraments. So preparation for First Reconciliation will happen between October through December, and preparation for First Eucharist will happen between January through March. We're going to be using physical resources, the God's Gifts materials. They're the same materials we've used in the past for the at-home formation component. But since they are physical resources, we are going to schedule a time, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes, for drive-through contactless pickup in Seton's parking lot. The parent and child gathered sessions will be replaced this year by on-demand videos that you can access from our YouTube channel. And the Go Seek Find learning reinforcements will be omitted this year. So if you've been through the program before with another child, the at-home component has not changed a bit. But instead of the 3 parent and child gatherings, we will do video presentations. And as I said, the Go Seek Find learning reinforcements that the children turned in at Mass, we're not going to be using those this year. So there's nothing to turn in. Now, the God's Gift materials are available in both English and in Spanish, so please specify which language you'd prefer when you register. And adaptive materials are also available for children with special needs, and you can request those adaptive materials again when you register. Okay, here's the pacing plan for First Reconciliation. And you'll get a copy of this calendar at our drive-through pickup. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what the program looks like. October 19th, that's a Monday at 6:30 p.m. Please come on that date or send somebody to pick up your child's materials for you. That will be the date of our contactless drive-through pickup of materials in the church parking lot. The other date I want you to take note of is December 5th. That's our morning of reflection and practice. That's a Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. I would love to be able to do that in person. So let's save the date. But of course, whether or not we can do things in person depends on how things are going at the time. So we may need to pivot to an at-home experience instead. But for now, just put the date on your calendar. Now, between October 19th and December 5th, that gives you 6 weeks. And it just so happens there's 6 chapters in the God's Gift materials, which allows you to do one chapter a week. And that should allow you and your child to go through it at a very relaxed pace. There's not a lot in these chapters, as we'll see in a moment. But hopefully, this will be a pace that is sustainable for you and your child. Then individual reception of the Sacrament of Reconciliation will be on 3 separate Saturday mornings, all at 10 a.m., January 9th, January 16th, and January 23rd. And again, assuming things are as they are now, we'll have to use a sign-up genius, and you'll have to pick not only your date, but also your time slot, so we don't have a long queue of people 6 feet apart waiting to receive the sacrament. But having said that, if you don't want to wait until January for your child to receive the sacrament, they can go any Saturday afternoon when Father's normally hearing confessions, and just go at that time. If they don't want to wait until January. And here's the pacing plan for First Eucharist. Now you'll receive your materials for First Eucharist back in October when you receive the materials for First Eucharist. We're only going to do one drive-through pickup for both materials at the same time. Hopefully that'll make things more convenient for everybody. The date I want you to take note of here is March 15th. Again, when we're going to try to have our morning of reflection and practice. Again, in person if we can, pivoting to an at-home experience if we cannot. There are 8 chapters in the God's Gift resource for First Eucharist. So working backwards from March 15th, doing one chapter a week, you'd want to start January 10th. Our First Communion Masses will begin on the weekend of April 17th and 18th, April 24th and 25th, May 1st and 2nd, and then May 15th and 16th. Assuming we'll continue to be having 3 Masses a weekend like we are now, that's 12 Masses. And so we'll have 4 families at each Mass. And we will put a sign-up genius out probably in January where you can select your First Eucharist Mass. All right, let's take a look at the God's Gift resources themselves and explore how they're laid out. Now, this one is an example for First Eucharist, but it's the same idea for First Reconciliation. God's Gift is designed for you as a parent to fulfill your God-given vocation as your child's primary teacher of the faith. As a parish, we are here to support you and be a resource for you, kind of like a supplement, but we cannot replace you. Nor should we, because supplements make poor substitutes, right? If I take a multivitamin as a supplement to a healthy diet, I can be extra healthy. But if I make that multivitamin a substitute for a healthy diet, then I'm actually going to do damage to my health. So supplements make poor substitutes, and really we're meant as a parish to be a supplement to you as parents, not to be your substitute. You start each week with the Parents Resource. And here's chapter 1 of the First Eucharist Parents Resource. And it begins with guiding you through your own personal reflection and prayer. And that's a very important step. So resist the urge to jump right in with your child and get it done. After taking some time to meet with God yourself, then begin working with your child using the Learn Together section. It will guide you through 4 simple steps for unpacking the material with your child, and it even tells you what page numbers to turn to in the children's booklet. And then what I really like about the Parents Resource is the ideas for living the lesson. This, I think, is probably the most important part because our faith is meant to be lived out, not just known intellectually. So don't skip this. In fact, I'd encourage you to allocate most of the week to living the lesson. And here's the corresponding lesson from the children's resource. The Explore section is the learning piece, and there's always a scripture story. Throughout the Explore section, you'll see bolded words. These are the vocabulary words that your child should learn. And there's activities. Next comes the Reflect section, which is usually a brief family prayer service. And finally, the Respond section, which helps the child live out what they've just learned. This is very easy material to use, and parents in previous years have really liked it. I hope you will too. So that's the preview of materials. And I just wanted to show you how the parent resource and the child resource are designed to work together and how easy it is to use them. Now, your child will get out of this as much as you as a parent are willing to put into it. They will follow your lead. And just know that your child will pick up on your attitude, on your tone. Is this an exciting opportunity for us to deepen our relationship with Jesus together as a family? Or are these just hoops we have to jump through to check off that we've received the sacrament? Here's the scope and sequence for reconciliation, and a copy of this will be in the materials at drive-through pickup. There's a lot of detail here, so don't try to absorb it all now. I just want you to see that while God's gift is simple and easy to use, it's also really comprehensive. And here's the scope and sequence for First Eucharist. And again, you'll get a copy of this at drive-through pickup. Okay, so what are your next steps? First, for the second year of remote preparation, if your child will be attending Catholic school this year, the second year of remote preparation is covered by their religion classes. Otherwise, register for Seton's at-home faith formation program this year. For the immediate preparation piece, and this is regardless of where your child goes to school, register for Seton's First Reconciliation and First Eucharist Sacramental Preparation program. And of course, and as always, email me if you have any questions or any concerns. Okay, so how do you register? You will be receiving an email from me in the next few days, and in it there will be several links. One link will be to a Google form where you can register for faith formation. There'll be another link to a second Google form where you can register for First Reconciliation, First Eucharist Sacramental Prep. There will also be 2 links to our Give Central site. Again, 2 separate links, one for faith formation and one for sacramental prep. Sorry about the 2 transactions. It's a limitation of our system, and while I wish there was something I could do about it, there isn't. So on our Give Central site, you can pay by credit card. Like everyone else, we're trying to minimize the amount of paper that needs to be passed from person to person. But having said that, if you're not a credit card person or you don't like making online purchases, you can still mail in a check to the parish office. But just be sure to indicate who it's for and what it's for. The fee for faith formation is $25 per child. The fee for sacramental prep is $80 per child. Now that $80 includes both of the sacraments. It's not $80 for Eucharist and $80 for reconciliation. $80 covers them both, reconciliation and Eucharist. And if finances are a problem right now, please don't worry about it. Register anyway. I mean, we would never deny anyone's participation based on their ability to pay. But for your convenience and mine, and so we don't send you future emails asking for payment, would you please just shoot me a brief email stating that you're requesting a scholarship this year? I don't need any other details. Okay, so that's it. I hope that was clear to you. I hope the resources make sense and that you're excited about using this program. But of course, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. Email's the best way right now since we're continuing to work remotely. May God bless us all and keep us. St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, pray for us.